Today we're talking about new digital media strategies versus the traditional ones. So I've been thinking a lot about how we can transition from the old model, meaning press, radio type model where we're trying to get into magazines, get reviews, get played on the traditional radio. And while you've seen some of the other videos that I've made, and if you haven't, go check back in the CCR library and you'll see a bunch of those videos as the last couple of posts. And I think it's really important if you want to participate in the industry, in the scene, to use those people. But thinking about moving forward and how these things are on the decline and trying to see what's next and what avenues can we take. What things are replacing the traditional media that we think of, meaning radio and print, and moving into thinking about YouTube and podcasts. And podcasts is maybe becoming radio, and streaming definitely is more like radio and playlists. In my mind, I'm trying to create a strategy of some things that we could do at Outside in Music to allow our artists to put their money into a campaign that's going to put them in front of people in the new digital media landscape. So some things to think about there is finding all kinds of music and jazz related podcasts and trying to do interviews on those podcasts when you have a new record coming out, when you have a new project coming out, trying to pitch that to them. All these creators, they need content as well. So if you are going to approach them and say, I really want to be on your podcast, I could talk about this, this, and this. And what I've found is if you actually have a few things that you want to talk about in addition to what you want to promote, that can really be helpful in trying to get on these podcasts. So one part of our strategy would be to get interview placements on podcasts based on a number of interests and a number of talking points that you have put together. So if you can put those together, then we can start to get you some interviews. Now, on the other side, more of the radio side, non-talk radio side, but in the music side, it's really come to my attention, and I've really started looking into way more these lifestyle playlists. And by lifestyle playlists, what I mean, if you don't know, is if you go on Spotify or Apple Music, you can start to search things based on moods, like rainy day, or there's one called coffee table jazz, and there's things that are like for happy days and sad days, and all of these different types of emotions and different types of activities that you might be doing, like music for cycling or working out or running. And maybe our jazz albums aren't the best workout music, but there are definitely some things, some playlists that you can reach out to that don't get pitched all the time. The main jazz playlists get pitched every week with new releases that are just because it's just about music, and it's easy to be like, oh, this is a great new release, please put this on your playlist. But what about all of these other playlists that are not getting pitched as much but have 25,000, 50,000 subscribers on them? You can start to get a lot of streams that are going to actually pay you real money as opposed to the couple thousand streams you might get on your own as an up-and-coming artist. If you're as well-established, then maybe you don't have this problem. But I've even noticed having artists just on the State of Jazz playlist alone will get them 50,000 plays easily in 2 months, and which translates into dollars. It's not crazy. It's not $20,000, but it's, several $100s, and it's definitely worth your time. So if you can go through and find some specific ones that you think your music or a certain track can be a great addition to, man, you can really pitch those specifically because people aren't doing it yet. Some of them are. I think it definitely on the pop side, people have already kind of taken this more to heart. But if we can help the people at Apple Music and Spotify by showing them tracks that we think will work really well, it's going to be super helpful for you. So on the radio side, putting together stuff for thoughtful interviews, thinking about how you can bring value to the podcaster's audience. And number two, thinking about how your music can fit into these lifestyle playlists. It's going to open up a whole new world of opportunities for you to connect with new people and make some money by getting your music streamed. The next thing that we can do is they've started to experiment a little bit with Spotify ads. So what we can do is put up on Spotify audio announcements about gigs or about your music that'll intersperse within music, within your genre. So within jazz genre, with people that aren't subscribed, that aren't paying, they get served ads, and you can make your ad either local to New York City because you're playing at Birdland or you're playing at Dizzy's and you want to try to find more people to come to your show, or you can use the same thing just to create brand awareness for you and your music by taking out one of these ads where it just maybe starts playing your song and if the ad is 30 seconds, maybe 10 seconds or 15 seconds in, you cut in with your voice over and just saying, if you've enjoyed what you listened to, this is my name, this is my music, check out my new record on Spotify. And then people can click on it if they're looking at it, or maybe they'll just remember your name or hear your music. And after they hear it a few times, they might be able to go to your music and check it out. So this is another strategy that I've been thinking about. In addition to just those audio strategies in the new 2018 realm, there's so many digital strategies that we could start to unravel. And so that's what I mean by that is Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. What are we going to do with those three platforms? Well, we have to find a way to share not only your music, but also the story about you and the story about your record. So when you talk to interviewers and you think about the talking points, we can start to think about and come up with strategies for how can we create video content that is both long form and short form that can start to get out on your Instagram, to get out on YouTube, and start to connect with people in various different ways. So these are the things that I'm thinking about going into the future. If you're not thinking about your digital strategy, if you're not thinking about YouTube, Instagram, Facebook video, all of those things, taking out Instagram ads, taking out Facebook ads, all of those things are going to start to add up and replace, I think, the traditional methods of media in the long term is going to be super important. I was about to edit the video and I had a couple more thoughts, your video content strategy. And the thing that I've been trying to think about and the thing I've been trying to get some of our artists to think about is in this video content strategy, trying to create what some people would call like pillar content, like some kind of show or some kind of thing that you can do over and over again. That's not just gig video, that's not just a music video, that's like a new release kind of thing, but something that you could do kind of ongoing, whether it's educationally based or talking to people or having a vlog or something like that. And so taking this large thing, like this vlog or this show, and then you take that as like a weekly post, and then you can find 3 or 4 clips of it to put on Instagram and also on Facebook. So all of a sudden this one thing that you create can kind of become a couple of other things in terms of video clips, and then within those video clips you can find little things to cut out, graphics for Instagram, graphics for Facebook. If some piece of content goes really well, you're able to take that and turn it into maybe a blog post or maybe an article or something like that, so that you're taking some kind of content that you can create over and over again and kind of blow it out to be even more useful for you. So I would highly recommend coming up with a content strategy like this, and then what you can do is take the content and then run Facebook and Instagram ads to send traffic, very highly targeted traffic that already either like your page, they maybe already like an artist that you're very similar to, maybe another person on your instrument, or just another person that plays music similar to you, and you can take that and funnel it towards your content and try to just keep on giving people interesting tidbits and getting them and keeping them into your circle and interested in you, and thusly eventually interested in the new music that you want to put out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys back here next week. Get in touch with us if you want to start your own campaign today.